Again, this comes from Footy Insider, and it said Liverpool are plotting to bring Bayer Leverkusen's manager Xabi Alonso and sporting director Simon Rolfs to the club in a sensational double swoop. Again, I think we'll have to wait to see the announcement of the sporting director, and I've said this for a few days now. The sporting director announcement, whenever it comes, is going to give us a really good insight into whether Xabi Alonso is going to be the next Liverpool manager. Now, you're going to get people trying to jump the gun. You're going to get people saying Xabi Alonso's confirmed all this stuff. I've been told these things. I don't believe them yet, because I'm on a way for an announcement on the sporting director. Now, you might be aware of this, or you might not, but Bayern Munich lost today by 3-2 against Bochum. So that is almost certainly going to be Thomas Tuchel getting the bullet. He's going to be fired. So then what happens? Do you make a quicker move to try and get Alonso? Because I'm sure Bayern are going to be in that conversation. Although I heard Jose Mourinho's learning German. But it also means that Bayer Leverkusen and Xabi are now in a very commanding position to go and win that Bundesliga title. 8 points clear with 14 games to go, 12 or 14 games to go. So you'd imagine Xabi's league title's looking fairly nailed on unless they completely capitulate. But that's the little bit of bright news today, I guess, is that if we are planning on making that double appointment, that would be a big announcement. Kane is well cursed. I know, did you hear Thomas Tuchel say that Kane isn't happy? But to hear Thomas Tuchel speak about it, he wasn't saying Kane isn't happy from the point of view of Kane's an arsehole. He was basically talking about Kane setting the standards on the training ground. The way I interpreted it was Kane's pretty much better than everybody else at Bayern, and doesn't think everybody else is living up to delivering him the opportunities to score like he does in training. That's kind of how I interpreted what Tuchel said. Bayern lost again. Yes, they did, mate. Yeah, 3-2 today to Bochum. Went 1-0 up, went 2-0 down, and then 3-2 in the end. And Upamecano sent off again. So he was sent off in the Champions League midweek against Lazio, sent off against Bochum today. It's all going a bit Pete Tong for Thomas Tuchel and Bayern Munich. Not nervous at all about Xabi going to Bayern. Either am I, Brett. Either am I. A lot of people are nervous about it. I'm not at all. And I so much so that I'm almost questioning myself. Like, for me, why would you go to Bayern Munich from Bayer Leverkusen at this point? It just doesn't feel like a good fit. It feels like a far easier pathway to come to Liverpool, who are in a better position right now with regards to the club moving forward. Will be back in Champions League football, and let's be frank, let's be honest about this. No disrespect to Bayern Munich, but everything won at Liverpool Football Club is a bigger deal. You know, if you win a league title at Liverpool, it's a big fucking deal. If Xabi can win us the European Cup, it's a massive deal. I have no nerves about it. In fact, in my mind, it's a matter of when and not if, but it is just a feeling. Ooh, Bayern will not sack Tuchel and he will not resign, said Florian Plettenberg. Let's see if that works out. Tuchel will absolutely be gone. Whether he lasts the remainder of the season or not, he's treading water at this point. And nobody will convince me that Bayern aren't already sounding out managers behind the scenes to replace Tuchel, because if you don't win the Bundesliga with Bayern Munich after spending 100 million on Harry Kane, you're going to get fired. Do you think we need to be worried about Alonso going to Bayern? No? Okay, this is where the fan part of me comes out. I look at this and think Alonso has a greater emotional connection to Liverpool than Bayern. Add to that, there are more issues behind the scenes at Bayern and more instability than there are at Liverpool. You're coming into a team in Liverpool that God knows what we win this season, but we're on for some stuff. We've refreshed the squad. The fans are on side. The owners are stable. And the only reason the jobs come up is because our manager feels like he needs a break. So there's no drama. So I think, honestly, it's a hugely attractive once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for the likes of Alonso. Bayern job will come up again in 3 or 4 years' time. Real Madrid's job's going to come up again, but it is all about timing in life. And, like, let's say Gerrard had just gone to Aston Villa and had come off the back of what he achieved with Rangers. There's probably a much bigger conversation now about Steven Gerrard maybe being the next Liverpool manager, but because he kind of didn't do well and then has gone to Saudi. That's dissipated away. So sometimes it's just timing. Alonso's stock is really high now. It will probably be high in 5 or 6 years, but you never know. And styles change. So if I'm Alonso, I'm grabbing it with both hands. That's my honest opinion. So no, I don't feel Bayern are as big a concern. I think I'd be astonished if he isn't the next Liverpool manager. Absolutely astonished. Bayern lost again today. Do you think Tuchel will be sacked? Well, the reports are, Mez, that he's not going to be sacked and he isn't going to quit. But what I read from that is, and this is just my opinion, he's gone in the summer and they don't want to have to find somebody to come in now in the meantime. I think it suits everyone to just keep him there for now. That's my opinion on it. You hear other things like Mourinho's learning German and stuff, but at what point do we say Tuchel's a fucking failure as a manager? Because what has he actually achieved? You know, he was at Dortmund, PSG shit the bed, Bayern Munich are shit in the bed, Chelsea shit the bed. At what point do you say he constantly shits the bed? I don't get it. It's weird that like managers get rewarded for failure. And look, I know to a certain extent every manager will fail somewhere, but Tuchel's failed a lot. Nagelsmann would concern me as well. It's weird. I don't know. He won a Champions League with Chelsea, yes, but ultimately he was sacked. Look, of the jobs he's had, that's the one that certainly he's delivered silverware in, but you then go and sack him. Like, I can't imagine us sacking a Champions League winning manager that quickly. I just haven't rated him, to be honest with you, for most of his career. I've always found it difficult to take to him. Maybe that's it. Maybe I don't give him his credit. Nagelsmann fits our playing current players. I don't know, Nagelsmann worries me. And again, I'm going to be honest, I feel like we have the best German, and the other German's going to be a pale imitation of the best German. So that's my own stupidity, but I'd prefer Nagelsmann over Tuchel. I feel comfortable enough to say that, but it can't be just me that feels like it's Alonso or nobody at this point. And I know it can't be nobody, but it's Alonso, right? It just is. It feels right. It seems the timing's right. Most of the fans will be on side with it. It's a goodwill appointment. He's doing really well at Leverkusen. It just, I don't know, it almost feels like he's doing what Klopp did in, breaking the stranglehold of Bayern in Germany and then zipping on into a nice little job at Liverpool. Just feels like it's perfect. And I know sometimes in life, perfect doesn't work out, but I feel this time it will.